welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to break down and replace the impeller, diffuser and mech seal on a Zodiac Flo Pro. There's a few different pumps, but taking them apart's all the same. You've got your 3/4 horsepower ones all the ways up to 2s, and you've also got your variable speed setups. So when we got to site, this one just had terrible flow rate. We had the sand filter on recirc, cleaned all the baskets out, and it was just bubbling away. So usually that is an issue with the impeller and diffuser, so we'll break this down and check it out. What you're really going to need is some rubber grease, 14mm socket or a spanner, and a couple of screwdrivers. Once we've got the 6 bolts off that hold the wet end to the back plate and to the motor, we can pop these apart. Water will come out. Old O-ring here that we'll get rid of. I'm just going to pop the impeller casing off, or the diffuser. So just 2 Phillips head screws. Alright, so we've got the diffuser off. Now to get the impeller off, best way I find is just put a screwdriver in the back here to stop the fan from spinning, and you can just unthread it. Okay, that's what we call a mech seal. So anytime you're breaking these down to do your impellers and diffusers, it's always best just to do a full wet end repair on it. So that's diffuser, impeller and the mech seal. So just here is our mech seal. To get that one off, we've got to take the back plate off. So that's another 4 screws. Just pop those off. Tight. Jesus, that one is stubborn. There we go. And there's your back plate off, and there's your bare motor. So first off, now we want to start rebuilding it again. So like I said, on the back plate there is 1/2 of our mechanical seal. We just want to pop that out. Find a flathead screwdriver. That's great for that. Do one part of it. And the O-ring part. Put them aside. So here's our boxes with our replacement parts. Have a link in the description for all of those in case you're not sure where to get them from. New diffuser, new impellers and O-rings. Oh, I do not want you getting this apart. Alright, and your replacement mechanical seal. Mechanical seals, very, very important, stops what the water getting through and tracking through into the motor. And what you want to do when you install it, obviously you can copy the one that you just took apart, but we always want to go ceramic to ceramic, okay? So we're going to pop this half in. I do like to use just a little bit of rubber grease here on the back just to protect the O-ring. Okay, and now we can start to bolt it back together again. So back plate over the top, our 4 little screws, So we've got our new impeller. Again, like I said, we want to end up with ceramic to ceramic. So that one just slides in over the top here and just threads on. Now it's very important to get that screwdriver in the back there just to stop the motor and the fan from spinning over so that you can actually tighten this up properly. Like so. Now they give you all new hardware, they actually double up on O-rings when you do a complete replacement of everything. Just stand it up like so. A white collar and then our diffuser. Now the diffuser's got a little arrow at the top there, lines up with the arrow at the top. And like I said, 2 Phillips head screws to hold that in place. New O-rings, one on top of the diffuser, and then one for the main wet end to attach to the motor end. And again, just a little bit of grease. Pop our wet end back on, like so, and bolt it back together again. Alright, I'm going to now tighten up all these bolts, and what we're going to do next is we're going to get this back to site and see if we've solved the problem for it. Like I said, we'll bolt it back up, all new parts installed, and we'll get back to site and get this pool back up and running again. Alright, we're just in this little dungeon. It's a bit dark in here, so I'm using my phone as a little bit of a torch, but we've put the FloPro pump back on now. Nice and full, no bubbles. A bit hard to see, but even the cell, nice and full. We've now also got it back on filter. And yeah, no more bubbles returning back to the pool. The pool has gone a little bit green, but that's another drama, and yeah, thanks for watching.